here I am, out on the streets with my head in my hands. I've got no plans, only to see you again. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I like being kicked on the ground. I'm not that strong, but then I come to my senses. Yeah, I'm coming. You can feel my power, and I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel don't be afraid. Don't do that, man. The scar on his face, it's a charade. It's just the way you've been living. Yeah, I'm coming. You can feel my power, and I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me, yeah. And I And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me, yeah. And I feel
Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at AstroWorld is We hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at AstroWorldWeb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optilong filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to AstroWorldWeb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
All right. Where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control using a powerful hand. I wanna be you, I wanna see you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. Yeah. Cat learns to ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn a new way. I wanna see you, I wanna be you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Yeah, you're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Yeah. I wanna be, I wanna see, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late, late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. You're going black and white on the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue.
on my telescope now. Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? Do one thing right, I make you two things wrong. If I want to stand my line, I'll always take the fall. If I don't do them, I can live from the right. I sleep all day long, then I'm breathing through the night. I've seen a lot of bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all of the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I felt a lot of women refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take all your money and whatever else spring. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Making such a fuss, and I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
Are you ready for the next solar eclipse? October, annular eclipse. Oh. Don't let your glasses fall off when there's a solar eclipse. You might hurt yourself. Let's try that again. Are you ready for the next solar eclipse? Are you ready for it? October 14th this year is an annular eclipse, followed by April, another total solar eclipse, and you can get your own branded AstroWorld telescope solar glasses made by American Paper Optics today on the website, astroworldtelescopes.com, or give me a call, 516-273-3771, and we can get you a set of 4 of these for $9.99. Come on down again, AstroWorldTelescopes.com, and keep imaging as long as you don't have a solar shade on. Keep educating in clear skies, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of the new. Na, 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 na. Seems to me that I have lost my friend. Got the sunset on the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. You're afraid, you're feeling alone. Time and space can never unfold. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghostly embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back for lands of blue. Oh, na 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 na.
It's gotta mean something. It's gotta.
So here I am, out on the streets with my head in my hands. I've got no plan, only to see you again. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I like being kicked on the ground. I'm not that strong, but then I come to my senses. Yeah, I'm coming. You can feel my power, and I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel to that man with the scar on his face? It's a charade. It's just the way you've been living. Yeah! I'm coming. You can feel my power. Yeah. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I
Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at AstroWorld is we hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at astroworldweb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optilong filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to astroworldweb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
all right. did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control, using a powerful hand. I wanna be ya, I wanna see ya. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hot little cutter, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. Cat learns to ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn to wait. I wanna see you, I wanna be you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Yeah, you're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hot little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. I wanna be, I wanna see, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late, late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hot little color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. You're going black and white on the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hot little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue.
What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? Do one thing right, do I make you do things wrong? If I want to stand by the line, I will always take the fall. If I don't do the left, I can live from the right. I sleep all day long, and sun. Refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money every spring. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Come of all of us, and I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
Are you ready for the next solar eclipse? October, annular eclipse. Oh. Don't let your glasses fall off when there's a solar eclipse. You might hurt yourself. Let's try that again. Are you ready for the next solar eclipse? Are you ready for it? October 14th this year is an annular eclipse, followed by April, another total solar eclipse, and you can get your own branded AstroWorld telescope solar glasses made by American Paper Optics today on the website, astroworldtelescopes.com, or give me a call, 516-273-3771, and we can get you a set of 4 of these for $9.99. Come on down again, astroworldtelescopes.com, and keep imaging as long as you don't have a solar shade on. Keep educating in clear skies, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of the new. Oh, na 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 na. I have lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. I'm afraid you're feeling alone. Time and space can never afford. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghostly embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to lands of blues. Oh, na 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 na.
It's gotta mean something. It's gotta.
So here I am, out on the streets with my head in my hands. I've got no plans, only to see you again. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I like being kicked on the ground. I'm not that strong, but then I come to my senses. Yeah, I'm coming. You can feel my power, and I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel don't be afraid. Don't do that man with the scar on his face. It's a charade. It's just the way you've been living. Yeah! I'm coming. You can feel my power. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I feel And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I feel, and I feel.
And there we go. Awesome. Dave, there you go. Merry Christmas. There you go.
Nice.
So some reason, I guess, Dave jumped on and I forgot to change the title. So Dave is now the crowned creator of Hocus Focus. How's it going, everybody?
The crowned user. I use the hell out of it. And I did make some adjustments the other night when I was imaging.
Did you? How'd that work out for you? Any better?
My curves looked much better, actually. Yeah, it was interesting to see how well it worked. I basically just changed the one main setting that he did first, the brightness.
Yep.
What brightness of stars? Yeah. And I moved it. It's the default's like 10. I moved it to like 15, and it helped.
Nice.
And I would imagine if I'm using any larger focal length, I'd probably go up to 20.
That's going to be really cool because I can't wait to play around with it. I can't wait to have some data to play around with it. But it's going to be really cool to do that. So it'll give me 1 second. Trying to fix some things here. I wish I could just type stuff. Tonight's more of a potluck night because I'll be dead honest with you. I've been working my butt off and I haven't come up with the topic. So if you guys have anything you want to chat about, definitely throw it out there because I know that somebody was talking about, and I know it's something that we talked about regarding, I guess, standardization of certain things, and it's unfortunate that this happened. I had a customer out there that bought an AM5, and it says this in actually the Skywatcher Solar Quest, and we'll talk about that. I had a little fun with that yesterday, but it's funny in the instructions on the Solar Quest. It tells you to screw the center bolt hand tight. Do not overturn it because you could jam it into some motherboard or something in there and break the mount. Now,
Jesus,
and you know what? There are a lot of stuff like that. Like the Eagle says the same thing, right? It says,
you have to be careful of the length of screws.
Yeah, use the right length of screws here, and they say here are the screws. Do not use anything longer than this because you could jam it into the power board, the NUC, whatever, and do a lot of damage to it. And same with back in the day, the LX200 GPS had a big problem with the center bolt where it would twist the wire harness to the point where it would rip the wires out of the motor control board, where all of a sudden now you're only moving an RA and not in deck and whatever. It's a big mess, right? Well, I'm sorry, alt and not as, but because it was a dual fork, there's no RA in deck when you're in a dual fork. But anyway, why? What? Just why? Why would you not have like a plate across the top of where you want the screw not to go past?
Okay, so you're asking me, a person who works on cars, where I ask that question every day. Why do the engineers think that was the best place to put the oil filter?
But why make it so you could break it?
Why? Yeah, well, that's the thing. You, in the course of getting to it, you're going to break something else. And it's just, oh my God, engineers are morons. They think they're smart. But in fact, it's you need that when it comes down to it, I feel like once they have the design, they need to go to somebody in the field and say, what do you think of this design? And have that person in the field go, that's stupid, that's dumb, you can't do that. If you do this, this is going to happen, blah, 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 blah. Get that piece of garbage out of here. But then again, you probably end up with a bunch of engineers jumping off buildings.
Exactly. Well, you know what? Maybe you'll get rid of some bad ones out there, but we'll just call it how it is. But I mean, and I think that's one of the things. And I'm going to throw a prop out for ZWO with the ASI Air Plus right now, because they did a really good job sending out the ASI Air out to certain people that are actually end users to see if it works. And then to take it a step further, if you remember when the ASI Air Plus came out, and I don't have the card, I wish I still had the card, but in the package, it was a thank you to all the end users that helped in the troubleshooting and using of this before the release. And not a lot of people do that. Actually, that's the only time I could even think of something like that even happening, to be honest with you. But a lot of people, I mean, I've been working at McDonald's since probably longer than what a lot of people have been watching in the chat have been born. 1987, I started in McDonald's, and they do the same freaking thing, and it's a corporate thing where they test it in a static atmosphere, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where there's no variables, right? So, yeah, it works. Let's put it out there, and if it doesn't work, we'll find out eventually. And I know, Eric, you go through that too in GM as well. Where they do the same thing, and I'm sure that Dave, you go through it as well because you just alluded to it a bunch of times dealing with cars. So why? What's the benefit of not troubleshooting something before it gets out there, as opposed to getting it done right the first time? And
delays. It's just like video. It's just like
out, make money as quick as you can.
Because time is money. Okay, time is money, and this is just like video games. I'll give you a perfect example. Video games. I'm a big role player, right? I play role playing games. There's a video game that's out, Cyberpunk 2077, that was released.
Keanu Reeves.
It was released by Project Red.
Yep.
And I was looking forward to. I was a pre-order. I was ready to do this. I was psyched. I started playing it. It sucked.
It was dreadful. It got horrible reviews.
It was awful. It was absolutely.
Because you know what, they were banking on Keanu Reeves to
carry it.
That's what it was.
Just the name. Yep. Just his name to carry it. But eventually they did. And they heard all the complaints, they got all the bad ratings, the bad reviews, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10, what, this, that, and the other. And what they ended up doing is what a lot of game developers end up doing, is, especially if they have a large investment, like you've just paid Keanu Reeves a crazy amount of money. You're about to bring in Idris Elba, another one, A-lister and things like that. So what do? You get it out there, and then you start patching.
Yeah.
You start patching.
Oh, a new DLC. Yes.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing with Windows.
Yeah.
Same thing with Windows, an operating system. Windows, remember back in the day when Windows 95 came out?
Oh, yes. I remember very well.
There was a whole big thing, here's Windows 95. Bill Gates comes out there. He's out on stage. He's ready to demo it. And what happened?
And it crashes.
It crashed.
It blue screen.
That was classic.
Come on.
Yep. And that happens. But but the whole thing is like, all right. And I think this is where, and I know we're probably going off the rails a little bit earlier on this, but don't you think that because people are kind of pressured, or companies are pressured into, get the next best thing out, next best thing, this company did this, we got to come out with it too, kind of
That's
thing.
exactly why.
And
It's a race to who's going to have the newest, coolest thing out first, and everything
right,
like that.
but let me finish the thought first. So, don't you think that the innovation or lack of innovation curbs this whole thing? Because if you think, okay, I got this chip and it runs awesome, it's got great memory, whatever, and the think outside a box with this chip would be, hey, can't we do something digital with this and, make it a digital thing where, it's fiber where it moves so much more faster and blah, blah. The innovation of it is gone because of the forcing of getting that next best thing out there. That isn't really the next best thing. It's just a competitor to something that has been out already. You know, I think innovation kind of lacks there because we're all kind of saying, okay, well, this company did this, we got to do this instead of thinking the two steps ahead.
Let's do something better.
Let's do something better and wait 6 months.
Right.
Yeah.
See,
And I don't know if that hurts the bottom line. I may not be thinking of this as a company. I'm probably not. I'm thinking about this as an end user, right? But end users will be more happier and in turn getting more product brand loyalty to it if you would just take that extra step. That's just my thought.
Yeah. I mean, and that's one of the, like you were saying, that was one of the good things when they brought out, they introduced, the experienced, the ZWO experienced ambassadors and stuff like that when they were doing the new pushes and releases and stuff. But it also, it may also depend on the market, your market, as far as who you are selling to. Because when you have a smaller community like the astrophotography community versus a much larger global community, such as computer end users, you have operating systems and things like that, or cars or anything that more of the masses will gravitate towards. They are. I think they're more. Those types of companies are probably under more pressure than, say, smaller companies that are more in a niche type of market, like what we are, where we are. So they may be able. So they can probably afford to spend more time getting consumer feedback, getting things out there to certain end users, to certain, reviewers and influencers and things like that, and people like that over, YouTube and what have you, other than your average OS user, car buyer, people like that. So that's maybe a little bit different. So that's where I see it. That's where I see some of the differences of when you're talking what we, our market and what we do versus much, much larger markets, like an HP or a Dell, competing, or NVIDIA versus an AMD, and stuff like that, trying to jump, leapfrog over one another. So, yeah.
Sorry, Pepper wanted to come and say hi.
Yep. It's all right. What's the plan after the eclipse is gone and done? Neath.
Vacation.
For some of you lucky ones.
So I got Neve, right? We got it 19, 20, 21, 21, right? And now Pepper wants to go out. Jesus.
Sorry, Nico's already been in and out too, so.
There you go. All right. Yeah, so you got Neve, and then I come home and I go to DR. So hopefully I could survive the flight. I need enough drugs to do that because I hate flying. But sorry, Gideon. Are you feeling now good? Sorry about that, but yeah. So it looks like okay. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, the eclipse, right?
Yep.
The eclipse is coming. It's coming. We got what 16 days left in March, plus another 8, so that's 24 days, right? 24 days left. We are finally here, and it looks like I'm headed to a little town called Franklin, Indiana.
Okay, so you're heading to Franklin. Okay.
So there is probably about an hour to Terre Haute. So Tom, I'm gonna be knocking at your door eventually to say hi.
Wake up and make him take you on a drive in his Corvette.
Ah, that'd be an awesome video, right? So that's where it looks like I'm going to be heading up. So Eric, I know you're heading east. I'm heading west. Hopefully we can meet somewhere. I mean, Franklin is a little bit closer to the central line of totality, like the dark line. Everything's in totality from Terre Haute to somewhere, I think in Ohio, maybe Indiana, somewhere in there.
It's like Jason says he's going to be down around that area too.
Yep, there you go. Maybe we could all get it. Washington, Indiana. I didn't even know there was a Washington, Indiana. But,
yeah. There's a Washington everywhere. It's like there's a Springfield in every state.
Yep.
There's a Springfield in every state.
Just like there's a Main Street in every city, you know.
Yep. I live in Springfield, Virginia. It's funny. So my girl, she's born Springfield, Illinois. And now we live in Springfield, Virginia.
That's funny. You know, you sit there with the... Isn't that The Simpsons? Isn't that what that is?
Yeah. Is that supposed to be Illinois, though?
Is that Springfield, Illinois? I think it is, right?
Maybe.
I don't know. You're gonna make me look that up. But,
but yeah, I'm taking off that day. I'm taking off that Monday. The biggest thing, I don't know, definitely it's going to be worse coming back versus maybe heading there, because you're going to have millions of people then, after the fact, hitting the road and trying to get back to their respective destinations, back to their home destinations and stuff like that. So the traffic patterns are going to be a lot crazier.
Yeah. I mean, many towns were sitting there and claiming a state of emergency for the influx of people. Yeah. You know, it's funny. I was, we were looking. I was talking. I don't want to mention their name, but I was talking to a person who said we should get what's his name down, Luca Matico, because I've been getting to be friendly with Luke over Instagram. So I've been getting kind of friendly. I gave him a gift, and we've been talking about, because he's a big Player One fan. So we've gotten to be a little friendly.
He was one of the first ones I saw with the Player One.
Yeah.
You're building up that rapport. You're building up that acquaintance.
So we talk a little bit, and so we should get him down for NEAF one year. So I said, I looked it up. I said, how much is a flight from Heathrow to New York?
Yeah.
And I saw it, and I said $492 round trip.
Pretty reasonable.
From Delta, 492 round trip. So I was like, man, if we get like 25 people to donate $50, we can pay. We won't pay for the whole. He can stay at my house. I'll put him up, and we, And I was like, listen, we should get him down here. We split it. We split the freaking fare, and put him in my house. I'll be like, we're never gonna get this done for this year, but maybe next year.
I might have some Delta Sky miles I could donate, and he can fly first class even.
Oh, there you go. But Gideon, I think it's a little bit more expensive from the Netherlands to here. I think it's a little bit more. But
well, he could take the train and then the tube into Heathrow.
Oh, there you go. You could do that. There you go. Oh, you live near London. Hey, listen, we could get like a whole bunch of people, and we can put like a kitty together for airline fare for people that want to come to Neve. You know, and we could do that. We could do a little kitty.
There you
I
go.
pay up to
They
London.
actually pay up
Sure.
to London.
There you go, Gideon.
I
That,
pay up to London. There you go.
Okay, London.
there you go. Okay, so then I'm sorry, Gideon. I hate to say this, but you know, Luca Manico is going to get the spare bedroom. That means you get the couch. So, but what's that?
With pepper. With pepper.
Oh, the dogs are going to love you and keep you up all day and bark at you. They bark all night at my nephew. They're going to bark all day at at somebody from out of the country. They're going to be like, "What?"
You talk funny.
There you go. But hey, you know, I mean that's something in the future. But I think that you know it was a cool idea, but it's not going to happen this year because it's too late. I'll pack my tent. You can put it next to my pier in the backyard. We'll wake you up for coffee
In April.
in April. Ooh, you don't
Where
want
it
to
could
be in a tent in
where it
April.
where it could be nice or it could be frigid.
Dude, April in New York is could be very scary. Could be very
Could be
scary.
iffy. Yeah.
Remember the big April blizzard from New York where we got
Yeah.
27 inches in one night. We're due for one of those. So
Shh. No.
I'm just saying. But anyway, so I had some fun with that Solar Quest, and I had Eric. When Eric was being driven home from his meeting, I was like, "Dude, you got to see this thing. This thing is so cool."
So did it go right to it?
So I almost broke my phone and my camera that I was doing with everything trying to do this. But I said, Eric, you got to see this. I'm just going to take this thing and I'm just going to turn it. I don't even know where I'm turning to. I'm just going to turn it away from the sun. And I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to plug it back in. I'm going to turn it on. So this is what it does. Turn it on. And when you turn it off, it doesn't go back to like level. So you kind of stuck where you were before. But when you turn it off, it finds level first. So it finds 0 degrees, finds level. Okay. And then it gets a GPS fix. Okay. And it automatically lifts the altitude because you got to remember it's an alt-az mount, right? So it lifts up an altitude to what the GPS fix says because you get the time, the date, and the location. So it knows the altitude of the sun. So it goes to the altitude of the sun. And then it moves in azimuth this way, right?
Starts panning.
It moves in azimuth. And there's a little camera. There's a little solar finder on the right side of the saddle plate. So the saddle plate's over here, and the camera kind of is over here. So it keeps on turning until it sees that it's bright enough that the sun is there. And I turn on the camera, and bam, there's the sun.
Wow,
Didn't have to do a damn thing.
That's
pretty slick.
awesome. You're
Didn't-
gonna get great images with that.
I have some. Listen, there was clouds. I don't know. I have some images on my camera. I can't take it down now, but I do have some images there in the camera. And yeah, ask any question you want. Just it's a free form, so just ask in the chat. But there is one kind of thing. I would tell you to put your camera on a ball mount head. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Because you can adjust for it won't be perfect the first time, but what you could do is there's a little cog shuttle kind of wheel to slew, and it's slow. It is slow. I mean, it is sloth slow. I mean, it is so slow. And I used it to move down right, left to get the sun at the full frame in the center. And it took like it really probably only took about a minute, but it felt like 10. So it was to the point where you're watching, you're like, is it moving? And it was, so I got it in the center, and then you could hit the power button 2 times and it'll save that offset for that camera and your angle. So it'll be set for the next time that you do it. You just put it up. it'll go to that offset and it'll be back on your chip, no sweat. But if you have a ball mount head on the side, right,
Mm-hmm.
you could adjust the angle of the camera to match the Solar Quest, right, and get it in the center of the chip and not have to worry about the offset. It'll be at its default all the time. So that's something to be said there. So I thought it was pretty cool. I did take some pictures. I don't know if I got anything. There was some clouds, but it was able to find the sun like just like that, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool for $500.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great tool.
Yep. I got a video
And
that's
what's the
coming out
payload?
probably
It is.
tomorrow.
What's the payload? What's the
11.
payload capacity?
11.
Oh, so like a red cat would be fine.
So I was gonna put the red cat will be fine. I was gonna put my FRA 400 on there.
Mm-hmm.
It was too close. It was too close. I didn't want to trust it because I was at with everything. I was at about 10.8 pounds with everything on it. Dovetail, all the stuff. Camera. It was too close. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with that, with that lens, that 400 millimeter lens. I didn't buy the one that you said, Eric, but I wanted something with automatic focus because it's gonna be double duty.
Yeah. Okay.
Manual focus, Eric. For those of you, and if you want to share it real quick, Eric. Eric found a nice 400 millimeter Tokina manual focus for full frame cameras, Canon. For like $239 it was. I was like,
here, let me go to it here really quick, and I will bring it up because I was right there. And so let me share my screen here.
and just so you know, if you see the video tomorrow that I make, maybe tomorrow or the next day, just do what I say, not what I'm doing, and you'll know what you know. And I say that in the video, but here you go. Here's the Tokina.
So here it is. You have the Tokina SZX. Now this is this does have a central
Obstruction
in it.
So what's that? Why does it have that there? Is that like a secondary mirror on there? Or?
I honestly don't
know.
it's
kind of dioptric, so it does have a secondary there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, and they do have it here, $239 Canon, and then same price for a Nikon. And if you just have a T mount, it's a little bit more.
Yeah, that's also the reason why. This is, if you look right in the middle, it's an F8.
Yes, it is an
so
F8.
The reason why it's an F8 is because of that central obstruction.
So here you are.
Well, but if you're shooting the sun, F8 is no big deal.
Exactly.
No, and what I've been reading, F8 is a good,
probably really good
ratio for doing this.
For something that bright, yeah, that's probably
true. Exactly.
Yeah, so. it's like a really tiny SCT.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a little baby.
That's basically it. You're absolutely right. It's like a little Schmidt. so yeah. And like I said, it seems just fairly priced. So,
yeah, I mean for less than $250, you really can't go wrong if you're just doing solar. I mean, I am fortunate.
Definitely worth a try at that price too. It's like,
now, do you want to try it? And probably, if you're staying in the United States, the only total solar eclipse in your lifetime, do you want to try it? I don't know, but
multiple rigs.
Yeah, multiple rigs.
But again, you could, if you are using it, you can use this maybe for other things other than the eclipse. Eventually, if you're into birding or
that is true.
That is true. Or any other kind of solar imaging too.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. So, just general white light solar imaging. So just definitely something to consider.
Yeah. So I of
Give
course
yourself a
went
$1,200
lose.
core.
I went buy once, cry once on this, and because I wanted to do some dual duty because I don't have a good zoom lens for my camera for my 6D. I have a up to 200 millimeters, and that's okay for like some kind of close stuff. But I wanted to go a little deeper, so I bought a 100 to 400. Um, like it was like 799, I think it was. But so I got that one, and that should
Who
be coming
makes
with
that
them.
one?
That's a
Samyang or
Tamron.
Rokinon? Oh, Tamron. Yeah, okay.
So it's an EF full frame lens. So I mean, I need a better zoom lens for my camera for when I'm on vacation. I like to take some, this little dinky. What I can't even find it right now. The little dinky what is it? The ZV-1 by Sony. Nice
Mhm.
camera, 4K camera, beautiful camera, great for interviews and such. But if you want to take any decent pictures on vacation, you can forget it because there's no zoom on this thing. But you know what? It all depends on what you're using it for. So that's what it is. Ah,
I'm looking at Gideon's question here,
Well, what's the saying?
and no, the one he was mentioning. I just got a solar filter. I put it he put his AM5 in Alt Asmo, but the ASI Air
Yeah.
could not find the sun. But of course, it's not night, and I can't properly solve it day. So how can I solve this problem? I'd rather not look at the sun. It's not a place.
not a case of play scope
That's
and
not a
you're off.
case. Yeah, scope was pointing at a completely other point in the sky. That was kind of weird. If I'm not mine my Schmidt, when I did that solar image, it did it the first time where it went off somewhere really weird, and I ended up sending it back home to the home position, and then tried
And
it
then try it
again,
again.
and then it slewed towards the sun. Now it didn't get it dead on, but it got it close enough that I started seeing a slight glow. And then I had to. Now I do have a solar finder, a small solar finder on mine, and I just started remembering, things that were told about capturing the sun or trying to line up with the sun. I was just looking behind, looking at the shadow, and moving it slowly until the shadow started getting more and more slender. It started getting tinier and tinier. And sure enough, as it started doing that, the the solar finder, it got it. It wasn't zeroed in yet, but it showed up, and I was like, oh, perfect. Then as soon as I got that, then I was able to just keep looking at the solar finder,
So,
and
which
line it up.
mount were you using for that?
This one I used the SEM60.
Okay, so then once you get it centered with the solar finder, can you just hit track and it'll
Yes, you set it.
stay
Yes, you
pretty
set
much
the
in
tracking
track
to
as you
The
solar.
go?
solar. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
Right.
yep. You
Okay.
switch your tracking to solar, and off you go. You're all good.
Okay.
Now
And it pretty much
maybe
keeps it centered.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Because I remember
And
doing that with planetary. I tried planetary one time, and you could, and I just used Stellarium and slewed my scope with Stellarium, and it put Jupiter or Saturn pretty right on. I mean, it was in the field of view. Just had to tweak it and then just hit enter, and it tracked. I could sit there for hours and it'd still be dead center.
Nice.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. The first time where it went crazy, I was using Stellarium. Because I had it all set up with my rig with Nina, and I had Stellarium, so I was using the PC, and I did that. That's when it went crazy. Then I set it back to home. Then I used the ASI Air, and when I said go to sun, then it slewed. And like I said, it wasn't perfect, but it was still really darn close. And then I was able to manipulate it, the rest of the way. And,
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, I gotta tell you, but for the price that Solar Quest has just been, it was really cool. And when you see the video, you'll see how cool it is, because it's like it's a total impromptu video that I wasn't planning on doing, and it's like a live thing.
That's really cool. I'm very interested in that, especially if it can hold like a 50, 60 millimeter scope.
Yeah. Yep. Well, again, I would be as long as you're under the 10 pounds, even though it's 11-pound payload. If you're under 10 pounds with the camera and everything, you'll be fine.
That's cool.
Yeah. For me, I'm just going to use matter of fact, I'm going to plan on taking the AVX out. Perhaps tomorrow I'll get it outside and set the refractor up, because I've already got it pretty much set. I've got this, I'll put the solar, lens on, solar filter on it. I've got the camera, the 6D ready on there. So we'll give it a shot and see how it goes. And I was looking, there are several websites that have solar calculators, solar eclipse calculators, exposure calculators. I bookmarked one for myself and now I'm going to be using that to give me a really good idea, because I was able to put in the F ratio of what I'm of the telescope, because it's an f5.9, and doing that, it helped me with those exposure times. So that's one thing. If you are not using perhaps a zoom lens or anything like that, or a direct camera lens, you might still definitely want to look for a solar eclipse exposure calculator. So you can make sure, hey, when you're in prominence, the chromosphere, and with all the other phases, and even into totality, it'll let you know these are your exposure speeds based off of what ISO you've set, and you can go there.
Yeah.
So that was really, really helpful, and I'm gonna give it a shot, and we're going to see how things go.
Our Discord channel.
Yeah. So
yes,
as far as the scope, I mean, the camera's not going to weigh much, because you're going to be using a mini or a hockey puck. So, I mean, those weigh nothing.
Yeah.
It's all about
it's going to be small.
Just how much that scope's going to weigh, and whatever you're putting on the front as far as the filter.
Right. Yeah. And with me, like I said, I'm using this William Optics. I mean, the way that itself is probably about 13 pounds itself.
That's the FLT91.
The FLT91. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just because I don't. Even though I found that Tokina, it's probably just going to be just fine for me to use this and take it.
So I have the Apertura 60 EDR.
Yep.
And it's probably right at that 10, 11 pound range.
Okay.
It's a great scope. And I'd like to do something like solar or something with that, because that'd be perfect for it. You get the whole sun. But yeah, I don't know if it'd be too heavy for that mount or not.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. The thing is, relatively, considering the, I mean, the price of it's less than a filter. I mean, if you think about it. But
True.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It doesn't carry the weight. You try it on something else. I mean,
yeah, use a DSLR. I do have a DSLR as well.
You know what I'm saying? So
true.
It's not like you could do so much stuff with it. It's pretty cool.
And go anywhere with it Sounds
Yeah, I mean, it's super light. I mean, you put it in a bag.
yeah.
Okay. I've been trying to use Star Tools, Sky Tools here to set up my imaging session with Nina,
Yep.
and it's so far it's working. It does work. There are some things that are missing that I would note, and certain things you maybe have to make sure that probably you have a global sequent, a global setting for your, excuse me, sequence. But let me bring it up here, and I will explain a little bit better. So if I go here, let me share this. Okay. So unfortunately, I don't know if I can make this any bigger. Yeah. So right now, I you have your projects. Now I have a list of projects here that I'm using. So I'll just I move it over here, let you see it a little bit better.
Yeah, I was just gonna
So
change the zoom on that, but okay.
yep. So you have I'm working. I have different projects I'm working on, or different projects I'm setting up right now. And one thing that I have noticed, because in the past I was using a multi-filter setup, RGB or LRGB, it seems to work better if you, for as far as for scheduling and to help you better manage the time, if you set up a project per filter. You don't have to. It's just going to not take as many images off of one filter um, versus another, and you may not, and it's going to maybe take a little bit longer for you to get where you want to go and get what you need done. But so for example, here's the luminance. I'm working on M94, and it's telling me this is when it's going to start, how many exposures it's planning on taking, and the progress, at what point, what progress level am I going to be out in my signal to noise ratio, and the expected full weight half measure of the stars. And the same thing here, if I go to, if I select, here's my green, blue, and so on. So, and it tells me now, once you have everything set, you can then go ahead and save that. You have to go into your setup, and there's a spot here under setup for Nina setup. And this is where you would browse and select where your Nina profiles are, and where your target folder is located. Once that is all set, then once you create your session, your project rather, you can then schedule it, then click save Nina sequence. And once you save the Nina sequence, it will then automatically, I'll bring it over here, drop it into your targets list. And if you can see this here, let me bring this up a little bit. You can see this here. Here is the date that it's set, and it will tell you basically by numerically which sequence goes first, second, third, and so on. So here's this one. It says 01, then 02, 03, and 04. And you would simply drop those into your advanced sequencer. One thing that I did notice is that it did not, I had to add additional instructions, such as switching the filter because the way it was the time was set up, I have it set where the entire autofocusing, changing the filter, and the autofocus sequence will take somewhere about 5 minutes. So I've already put that into that information into Sky Tools. However, it didn't necessarily, I don't think accounted for that properly. So I had to adjust my start times or waiting times by changing up by about 5 minutes from the actual wait time here to the wait time here, just to make sure I can get the autofocus done. And then it'll loop and just keep looping these exposures until a set time. Then once that's done and you reach the next sequence, it'll let it's based off of waiting for that time, which is right up here, the initial slew to target time. It'll slew to the target. It'll do that slew again. Well, in this case, it's really staying right where it is, but it'll switch over to the filter and keep doing these for each one. And I've already got it in the global trigger to do an autofocus after every filter change, because based off of also George, the conversation that we had with George, and I do want to tonight after the show, I am going to recheck my collimation with the Schmidt because it seems a little off, but I'm going to go through the entire autofocus process again to make sure the settings
with the aberration inspector.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So since I have enough time, since I have I'm hoping at least an hour to maybe an hour and a half from the time this is scheduled to start, then I'll be able to do the autofocus sequence, because I've changed that as well. If I've gone to my imaging here and is it the aberration and snow, or was it at?
Yeah, aberration inspector.
Yep.
Yeah, so you have your aberrations.
Yeah. So
here.
Once you're hooked up, those will light up where you do full
autofocus. Yep.
No, there was the one where you can set for your
Oh, that's going to be up in star detection. You're going to have to go into the star detection. Yeah.
So,
yeah, to set your advanced settings. Yeah, all the way over to where it's one of those over there. Yeah, right there. And you'll go into advanced mode. Yep, that's it.
Yep. So I've gone ahead and set these pixel scale to long focal length. It was already there, but I switched the focus range from typical to wide range. And the mass, the brightness sensitivity, actually,
so you went to 15.
He was recommending sometimes
like
with
20.
a Schmidt category.
Yeah, like 20.
Yeah, like 20. Yeah. So I'm going to do that. And then the distortion, he was saying that should be maybe a little lower. So I'm going to say 3 for now. And I'm going to give that a try. And see.
Good idea. That might work out really well. Now I have a question. So go back to your sequencer.
Yeah. So let me go back there.
Go back to your sequencer, and you have set tracking, and you have it set.
Yes,
for
these were already set.
Aerial. Okay.
Yep.
So
and this was set by Sky Tools. This was set by Sky Tools.
Okay. So, but when you go into your equipment, go into your equipment. Go to your equipment up top, and then go to your mount. Can't you see where it says set tracking rate?
Yeah, you can.
Set side to side aerial, and it'll always be there. And you don't have to put that in your sequencer.
Exactly.
So
it was just
something
like
that was weird when I saw that. I was like, You just
Yeah.
turn that on in your equipment.
Yeah,
and it's
that
always
yeah,
on.
that was one. That's another one of those weird things that it actually when I set up the schedule in Sky Tools,
Yeah.
when it created and sent the job to Nina, it added the tracking rate.
Interesting.
Huh.
line in
I'm
there.
guessing that's just like a fail safe, just in case
fail-safe,
you're at
yeah.
another you're at some other tracking rate, like maybe you're doing lunar or solar before.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
That's interesting.
So,
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. So I mean, you know, it's not going to
No.
do any harm, or you know, if you haven't said, it's not going to do any good. So
It is cool that Sky Tools will, you know, put that stuff into your system like that. That's really cool.
right. Now, here's a question that I have because I put both of these in here for right now. I normally, under my global trigger, usually I would have Meridian Flip. I just added Smart Meridian Flip in here because I wanted to ask a question as far as the definition, because I'm trying to hunt down what Smart Meridian Flip actually means, but I haven't had much luck yet. But when I set it to Meridian Flip, for some reason, it would get towards that point where it was supposed to do the flip, and it doesn't flip. It will lose tracking for a while, and then for some reason, because it realizes that it's the images are off, and you know maybe after because you have center after drift here or what have you.
Correct. Yeah.
It would correct itself.
So
Right.
if you go in your options, what happens when you go in your options and then go to where is it? Imaging.
Yeah.
So
imaging.
and where it says Meridian, so you only have minutes after Meridian 2.
that's a little short.
So change your max though to like 5.
Yeah, at least
Don't
5.
go more than 5 minutes past, and then it should, because it may just be waiting 10 minutes and it's getting confused.
I see.
And so you're losing a little bit of tracking because you're going too far past Meridian. I usually do minutes after Meridian 5, max.
Yeah, I'm a 5.
Yeah, and then it always seems.
I can definitely set it.
If there's an image, if it's taking an image and it just goes past the Meridian while it's taking that image, it finishes that image and flips. And
Gotcha. Okay, good deal. So I'll go back here to my sequencer and I'll get rid of this smart, because that's normally where I would have it is. And like I said, since I went ahead and under options here in autofocus, I turned off the use filter offsets. That's why here I actually went into for each filter to say run an autofocus after the filter changes. So
now when you go back to your options in your autofocus again, and so how many steps are your initial your steps for your autofocus step size?
Initial steps
12,000. No, but your step size is 12,000.
Yeah, with the Asado.
Yeah, you're gonna need that.
Okay. So the 12. Okay, but you go a full 5. I only do like 3.
Yeah. As far as the
you don't need to go 5. No. Right. Your initial.
You mean your offset initial steps?
Yeah, I only do like 3, and that'll save you time on autofocus. It doesn't have to come all the way back from those 5 steps away.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
okay.
so
I would definitely
doesn't take as long. You can do it. It's shorter, amount of time. You were saying it takes 5 minutes to autofocus. Like, man,
yeah, that's a long time. My autofocus takes about
a minute.
Yeah,
minute and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no, that's great to know. So and I'm sure a lot of other folks who are watching here, they could appreciate that as they're getting started. But
and are you using overshoot?
looks like he is.
You're using backlash. You don't get backlash in the Asado, do you?
Very little. Very little.
I get very little.
Wow, I have none.
But as I
You
say,
shouldn't really
a
have
lot of-
any at 0.4 microns. You really shouldn't have any.
Yeah,
Right.
I might maybe lower that number even from 36,000 to like 1,000.
You know what? I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah,
And
because I think
backslash, yeah, it's set to overshoot.
yeah, overshoot's perfect, and
And-
then like
Yeah.
so like my what do you call it? My moonlight, my
Mhm.
night crawler. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
doing 500 steps. You're doing 12,000. That's huge.
Yeah. That's
Um,
a big,
but-
big number.
500,
that's good.
3 initial steps, and I have no backlash, so I don't even set that, and it just goes, and I get a perfect hyperbola every time.
Okay. So what I'm actually going to do is, because it's already 8 o'clock. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to just tell it to go to zenith, and then I'm going to run an autofocus just to see, an initial
Yeah,
autofocus.
see what it does. Good idea.
Just see what it does, just so we can check it out.
All right, and you're using Hocus Focus.
I am. Yep.
Okay.
I am using Hocus Pocus.
And you're not using your offsets.
No.
Yeah, turn the offsets off. I tried that. It's
Yep.
just it doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't work.
You're talking about the filter offsets.
Yeah, it doesn't work for
Not a
night to
not a
night.
fan. Not a fan.
So as you can see here, how the curve here is just so shallow.
Huh?
But I think
so
that's
much
a lot
lighter.
has to do. You're so far out on your 5
Yep.
steps away.
It'll be
So
squished now.
You'll be much
Yeah.
more squished in. Yeah, with only going 3 steps out.
Let me also, I'm going to just do a quick, just so I can see here what we look like.
Are you out?
Make sure you're looking.
You're all set
Make
up.
sure you can see stars.
Hey,
Obviously, he's taking pictures tonight.
I
some of
can't
us.
see his screen. I thought he was on the simulator or something. I don't know.
No. So right now, 3. I want to just take a quick look and see if
Wow, isn't that
getting
funny?
anything.
I see 1 star.
Oh, yeah, that was it. So let me
That
go
was his
here.
cursor.
Ah,
Oh, it's
okay,
It's still too
I got
bright.
clouds. Probably.
Oh, you got clouds, or is it still too bright?
Oh no,
yeah,
or
it was a cloud.
Yeah.
You got a cloud roll through.
Well, I mean, it's not tracking.
Nope.
It's not tracking, so that's why.
Right. Just put the
Well, you
tracking
told
on.
it to go to zenith, so you're
Yeah.
watching.
So if I go, where is it?
I usually
Equipment.
pick something off where I know there's going to be stars, and then set the guider, let it roll. Are you using a guide scope or not?
I'm using an OAG.
Okay, so yeah, you can't. So you can't guide while you're focusing. Then
No.
So if I go back to my equipment, stereo. That's what. Thought there was a way I could turn on tracking, but maybe I just need to do it from here.
I just go into PhD too.
Yep.
Find a star and go. Just do
Yeah,
a
find a
reveal.
star. Yep.
Just click
Yeah,
the
I think I'm
star.
fighting clouds right now.
Yeah, now you are.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Because it's partly cloudy and it's bouncing, and they say it's gonna clear up within the next hour or two. So I'll just wait.
That's good.
I'll just check in on it every once in a while.
Well, yeah, let us know how it works out, because hopefully, I'm just, you were saying 5 minutes to autofocus. I'm like, whoa, no.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. Yeah. Well, it's not. I think we missed. I was trying to get a vote in there, but I think we missed the voting part of it. So.
Oh, you blew it, huh? You couldn't get a vote in.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, so much for being G-rated. Okay. So but yeah, so I mean, we're done with picture of the week, I think, right?
Yeah, we should be. Let me go here. Let me refresh.
Oh God! Please don't hit my car.
Don't hit your car.
Justin's
Yeah,
pulling out his 1962 freaking Fairlane right next to my brand new car.
Nice.
He's got it though. Man.
Ford Fairlane. Yeah, Andrew Dice Clay, right?
62. Oh yeah. God. Oh, forget about it.
Oh.
Little Miss Muffin.
Jack and Jill went up the hill, each with $1.25. I wouldn't say the rest.
We all know the rest. So here, okay. So last week, Josh took home image of the week with his image of the elephant trunk. And this week we had
two newcomers.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Well, Jim's actually he's done a couple. He doesn't, but he doesn't do them. He doesn't submit that often.
Yeah, I didn't recognize either of these names.
Yep. So
it's
Scott
beautiful.
Schneider with
Scott was actually a picture of the week winner.
Was he? Okay.
Actually, I think it was a picture of the month winner last year. I think he does have a picture of the month.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. It's just that you don't see their names quite often.
Like, but when you do,
they're good.
They're good.
That's a
nice Scott Schneider won in October for the Cocoon Nebula, the one with the real. I'll show it to you later.
That's right.
He did. And so here he took the image of an LRGB and hydrogen alpha of Messier 27 with Dum Dum Nebula.
Yep.
That's cool. It's awesome.
20 hours.
Yeah. Yep. Almost 20. Yeah. Just about 20 hours. Yep.
Unbelievable.
And then we have Jim.
Triangulum.
Who had the Triangulum. So he did this.
Oh, man, these aren't newcomers. You guys told me they were newcomers.
No,
That's
neither.
I didn't recognize either of these names.
Jim F.
So.
Yeah,
they're not regular contestants. Let's put it that way.
Jim F. has Riccardi in his observatory out on Long Island. It's an unbelievable scope. It's a astrophysics Riccardi Honda. It's ridiculous. Oh my God! It's ridiculous. It's an amazing telescope.
It's a beautiful picture of triangle.
Actually, that's the scope. That's the RH. Yeah, that's a.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean,
those
nebulas are popping everywhere.
Yep. He does a great. They're all doing great jobs. So, my buddy Jim.
We had 18 votes.
That's it. Oh my God.
Wow. That's
yeah.
I mean,
and let's get that to log in.
That means it could be a tie. Oh, that's not good.
It could be a tie.
If Dan had gotten his vote in,
I voted. So.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I did vote. All right. Winner is.
Please don't be a tie. Please don't.
Winner is.
Bueller. Fry. Fry.
Please don't be a tie.
Jim.
Oh, no, tie.
Jim F. All right, Jimmy, my boy. Jimmy, my boy. Yeah, nice job, Jimmy.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
Nicely done. So.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
It's a very nice.
All right, so autofocus is now finally starting. I got some cleared up here for a minute, so we'll see how long this takes, and then I'll let you know what the curve ends up looking like once this is done. Hopefully it'll be nice. Yeah, hopefully no clouds will roll through and it'll behave and we'll be able to get through.
That's one of the things I'd be like watching my autofocus go, what happened? And then I look over PhD2 and it's like a bank of clouds. I'm like, oh, that's good.
Yep, that's it. So slide here. Yeah. So no, that was a really, really nice shot. So Jim, congratulations.
Yeah. Beautiful picture.
And let's see, Jason saying that scope is like 20,000 or something.
What's that?
Jim, Starlancer, Jason was saying that scope is like 20K or something.
It is.
Yeah.
Better.
Wow.
I'm
It's
wondering why.
astrophysics,
Why
first of
did
all,
Eric
so-
get smaller? Why?
Why did
Ooh,
Eric
Leon's
get
getting
smaller?
larger.
God, don't do that to
Mac-
these people.
Guys like Max Headroom.
There you go.
I know,
Flashbacks.
Exactly. Like, Jesus.
What is it? I want the knife. No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Worked out. Yeah.
Please.
Oh, please.
Sorry. I
That
flashed back.
was the Astrophysics 305 RHA there, Troy.
Yeah, really sick scope. I've seen that in action. It's like astro porn. It's like ridiculous. It's crazy.
It's right up your alley, Tarek. Yeah, I think you should buy one tomorrow.
Yep. You know what? I'll sell you one and I'll charge you double for the shipping. So
Ouch. Wow.
hey man. Send that scope to the UAE, you're putting, I don't know, $25,000 worth of insurance on it. So just an insurance, it's $2,500. So,
Yeah.
What else we got going tonight?
Let's see.
So we
Clouds.
had Nina, we had clouds, we had eclipse, we had picture of the week.
Yep. Yeah. Picture
I
of the
finished
week.
my M106 project. I did put that up on the Discord.
Yeah, I saw that.
know,
I saw that.
It looks okay, but it's just I just have struggled with the background in galaxies.
You were saying
Everything
that.
always everything looks a little blotchy, and you get that kind of that patchy color distortion throughout the whole image. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I
It's
think
one
that
of those
looks pretty
things
darn
where-
good, actually.
Yeah,
how
but
much
if
time?
you pixel Pete,
How much time you got
20
in on
hours.
this?
That's 20 hours. That's 240 images at 5 minutes each in
Yeah.
LRGB.
There you go. Quick play. There you go. So
But no HA. I didn't put any HA in it, but
No
you can
HA?
still see some of that. Yeah, but you can still see a lot of the nebulosity in the galaxy.
there you go. That guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this
Oh my
guy,
God! In the lower left, there's like
this
a
guy.
group.
Then you
There's
got the big one up here. That's the one I was talking about. It's in the bottom left of
flying
mine.
saucer.
You got here, 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 here. Yeah, I mean, there's so many.
Yeah.
I mean, the bottom
And then
left.
go down to the left. There's a bunch over that way too. Bunch of little baby ones. Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's another one
so
hiding down
many.
here. There's another guy up here. I mean, there's so many galaxies out here. If I could get it back to the original shot here, did you see it in one shot? There you go. That's how it kind of looks, and I think that looks pretty darn good. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. It's just hard.
Yeah,
4 to
well.
7 sucks.
Well, if it was easy, everyone would do it, right? So.
Do it. That's right. It was easy. Everybody would be doing it.
It's just funny because when you're doing galaxies, you have to deal with the background so much. When you're doing big, huge monster nebula, it's not so much background you're dealing with. It's I don't know. It's a different beast.
It is. It's like planetary and other different type of astrophotography.
Yeah.
Solar, different. Even lunar is different. There's different facets of this type of imaging. It's so many different things, and that's why, a lot of people do nebula and galaxies. Not a lot of people do lunar, solar, and planetary.
Yeah.
Only
But I mean, I want to be able to do all of it. I do want to do planetary. I really want to get good pictures of Saturn and
Yep.
Jupiter. If I have enough, if I do get the 925, get Mars and potentially Venus and stuff like that to really, I'd love to do those because I mean that's how I started was with a cheap friggin' refractor and
Yep.
and pulling up Saturn and going, oh my God, wow,
Yep.
that's amazing. I mean, it gives you that's what gave me the bug.
I'll eventually
Take
get that
good
9
quality
1/4
pictures
edge.
of it.
I get a 9 1/4 edge, and I know the edge doesn't matter for planetary. You could get you get an XLT and be fine.
Yeah, be fine.
Yeah.
But if you want to do double duty and you want to get that nice, you get into that Eagle Nebula or get into that Malot 15,
Oh, deep. Yeah.
you're gonna want focal length with a flat field, right? So
Yeah.
you're gonna want that flatness, you're gonna want that correction, and that's where the edge really excels. So I mean, if you're only doing planetary, lunar, or actually planetary, lunar, solar, get an XLT. If you're gonna do everything, get an edge.
Yeah.
Or spend $25,000 and get an RHA, and you'll be fine.
That 127 gets into Malot 15 pretty good.
Oh yeah, but still, that's only half. That's only half the focal length of an 8-inch Schmidt. So I mean,
correct.
So when you're talking 9 1/4 inch, even at f10 without a reducer, if you do a 9 1/4 with a reducer, you're still at what 1930 or something like that. So
17 or 18, something like that.
was
Well,
it 2350? 2350
0.7.
0.7,
They used the
14.
0.7.
Yeah, so 1700. You're right. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Let me throw something. Let me pick.
I've done the math. The only thing I haven't done is thrown the money at.
Maybe that was a 14 with the reducer. You're at 1930. So. Or an 11. An 11 at 0.7, you're at 1930 because you're at 2750. So that makes more sense. So you had a question?
Yeah. Let me throw a Pix Insight question at you.
It's too late in the show for that.
Why is it that when you hear from Sean and others that you want to do a dynamic, they recommend doing a dynamic crop at the very, maybe at the outset of your workflow.
Yep.
If it's going to break your astrometric solution when it comes to SPCC.
Right.
Because if you have goofy edges around your image, it's going to affect your gradient removal.
Absolutely.
So you get those goofy edges out, do your gradient removal, then resolve the image with the image solver.
Yep.
And if you have good image, it'll solve it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. And you got to remember, a lot of these cameras these days have an overscan area as well. And if you're using it and you don't know it, you are going to have really thick, goofy kind of lines. You'll see if you look at your picture, you see how my picture in the screen, it's totally full field. You see everything all the way to the edge. Now, Eric or Dave, if you put your hands out to the edge, your hands are going to disappear. Put your hands out there. Oh, there they go. They're gone. They're gone because you're using a different resolution of the. Oh my God, what is that? You got arm strength like me. I mean, but
I'm what they call wiry strong.
There you go. I'll go with that. So, but you're gonna have that overscan area, and if you put a placement, a sample point on those sides, now you're taking samples of totally dark as opposed to the rest of the thing is going to be totally light. So you really want to do that dynamic crop way before the and yes, it will screw up your image solve for SPCC, but you know what? It's an easy fix when you just use the image solver, let it run, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's either
As
you
long
do
as your fits have all that information in it, it'll plate solve it in a heartbeat.
Yep. And if it's one of those things, if you do it early, it doesn't cause a headache. If you do it late, then you're screwed. So
One other thing that was also driving me crazy, but thanks to Sean and watching one of his videos, I figured it out. I was getting just before I would do my stretch, and I was using STF. I would stop. I would reset STF, and then I would hit the nuke button again, and my images would go overexposed, like boom,
After
like
you did noise reduction.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that was
so
one of the
you
things.
can dial that back if you just go into the STF function. You click on it, and you can dial it back to how it should look, and you can dial it back with the STF to make it look the way it's supposed to.
You can dial it back with
Yeah,
the
if
STF?
you go into the little wrench,
Adam
you got to go
Block-
into the wrench.
Adam Block does a great demonstration on how to do it and everything. And
I think
you
that's
just dial it
in the
back.
fundamentals package. I think that is, if I remember right. Yeah. So if you have the Adam Block Studios fundamentals and you go into his STF description, I mean, it's right there.
Oh man, you can do so much stuff with the STF. And yeah, so that's the thing is, like, I guess the way STF works, after you've run noise exterminator, it blows things up, but he explains why, and then so basically you just dial it back in the STF and gets you right where you want it. And then if you want to use histogram transformation, you can always transfer that and then stretch your
into your stretch.
way.
Yep.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say was, you know, Eric, if you're running WB, are you still stacking an APP or WBPP?
For the most part, yeah. Right now, I'm working on a project where, with the Medusa Nebula, where I just finished it in APP and then I threw it into PixInsight. But now I actually just did it again, but this time I did it in weighted batch pre-processing because I want to try to take it. Because I want to compare the two.
Right. So if you're doing it in APP and you take it and put it over into PixInsight, it's not going to have that astrometric solution.
No.
If you do WPP, when you get into WPP, there is a tick box where you don't have to do the astronomic solution in WPP. Just turn that off. That way, when you do crop it, it's not going to tell you you're going to mess up your astronomical solution. Just remember, once you crop it, you go into script and do plate solve the image.
Image solver.
Yeah.
Image solver.
And then
So you would just basically grab one of your other fits one of the other fits that you use, one of the other lights.
Well, it's going to solve the image. It's going to solve the image by looking at what you have right there. It's going to solve it.
Oh, it's going to read the actual head, header information.
It will automatically. Correct. Yeah. It's got all that information. That's the nice thing about WBPP. As it stacks and integrates everything, it's keeping all that information of where in the sky you're pointed, what your focal length was. Everything's all in that FITS file. And it's going to look at that, and you can go to Image Solver. It's going to take all that information from your FITS file and solve that image in
a couple seconds. Yeah,
and you're done. And then now your image is solved, and you can go to SPCC.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we had our first Travis Scott member in a long time. It looks like it. So. Somebody came here looking for roller coasters. I guess he was looking for AstroWorld, the playground. But,
Sorry.
So welcome, Lo-Fi. Welcome to the party. You know, this is what we do. You know, unfortunately, there are no roller coasters here. Unfortunately, you missed a bomb that Mr. Dropped the other day. But
I was going to ask you guys. Did you guys? I think Jason asked her earlier. Did you guys watch the Starship launch yesterday?
I did not.
I did not.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It went into orbit, and the pictures were unbelievable.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they actually were able to record it as it was doing its re-entry, and the plasma coming off this thing was so wicked cool.
Yeah, you know.
And then of course they lost contact and decided, well, that's it, it's gone.
You know,
The guy's got so much money to throw.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, you know, those things are amazing. I remember watching the first time the boosters came back and landed on the pads, and you're just watching them land, and it's unbelievable that you used to you take those as the cost of doing business, right? These boosters would just fly off and end off in the ocean somewhere, and you never got them back. I mean, come on, it was just one of those things. It's like a disposable income kind of thing, but it was millions of dollars, and they figured it out. You know, Elon figured out a way to said, you know what, I'm going to put GPS on these pads, and then I'm going to put GPS on the booster, and we're going to sit there and we're going to get them back.
Yeah, but yesterday he launched that thing,
Yeah.
and the booster threw it away, splashed it down in the friggin' Gulf of Mexico. We're not going to get that.
Yeah.
And then the Starship, we're just going to make sure we can get up there. We're going to test the pod bay doors, and then
Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal.
And then we're going to crash that into the Indian Ocean, and no, we're not going to go get that.
I mean,
Like,
but
what?
you know what? They could get that back. Is that just them being lazy now? Because they've proven they could get the technology back and down and safe.
No, but I mean, I guess this is the first time they put it in orbit, had to re-enter.
Okay.
So, and
All right.
they lost contact, and they don't know they haven't analyzed the data at least enough to know why.
What the F happened?
Right. So they'll figure it out. I guarantee you that.
Oh, I know they will. Pepper.
I mean, obviously they're talking about, their first thing is they want to take it to the moon and land that thing on the moon. I mean, obviously the moon, they have to worry about re-entry. There's no atmosphere there. They should be able to land it there without any problem.
Yep.
But if they're going to bring it back to reuse, they better figure that out.
It looks like Tom Peter just joined the chat, and Tom, it looks like I'm heading your way for the eclipse. I'll be in Franklin, Indiana. I'll meet up with you and Derek and whoever else is out in that area.
Yeah,
so.
I've got to get DM you on Discord so we can exchange information, so we can chat, so I can make my arrangements to head to Terre Haute, and we can hang out. It'd be eclipse party.
Yep. So if you're coming east, go ahead.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, why so late tonight, Tom?
I don't know. Oh yeah, the Starlens is going to be in the area. A lot of people are going to be in the area. So why don't we all kind of figure out where we all want to be? We're all going to be within an hour of each other. So why don't we just figure it out and just enjoy it? We'll take a picture, and we'll have a good time. So I had to take the kids out to dinner. That's why he's so late.
Gotcha.
No excuse, Tom. Speaking of which, it's almost time for me to finish dinner, I think, because I ate so fast I almost threw up before. So I had about 12 minutes to eat before coming on the show. I was eating so fast I forgot that Dave was even in there. I didn't even put him on until like 3 after 8. So
yeah, Eric came on. He's sitting there talking. I can hear him. He can't hear me.
Nope, your audio was all off. Everybody's off.
Hello.
Bueller.
Okay, I must be doing.
I will be in Franklin, Indiana. I will be in Franklin, Indiana, Tom. So not far from you. All right.
I had customers coming in today. Okay. They're getting ready. They wanted me to check their car. They're going on a road trip to Erie, and I'm like,
Ernie mentioned something about.
When are you going to Erie? Because in about a month, Erie's going to be the place to be in Pennsylvania. They were like, for what? I'm like, the eclipse.
Yep.
Erie's one of those places that's pretty close to dead center.
I'll take a picture of Cleveland. I'll drive through. I have to drive through Cleveland, so at least I'll see the sign. I'll stop and I'll wave at the sign, and I'll just take a picture.
Cleveland rocks.
Ohio.
Hello, Cleveland.
Hello, Cleveland.
All right. So I will get the website updated for, and get Jim's image up. Don't forget tomorrow I should have everything set for tomorrow for the poll for everything, but I'm running my autofocus now. Looks like it's a little clear right now, and it's doing
flat.
something stupid.
It's flat.
Yeah, it's flat now.
When is Picture of the Month results coming in?
Oh,
is that tonight?
That's tonight.
Oh shoot!
Son of a gun! I'm glad you mentioned that.
I thought it was the second Friday of the month.
Tonight.
Yeah.
It's the third. It's the third Friday of every.
Come on, Eric, man, get on it, bro. What's up?
Exactly. Like, what is going on?
Close the polls.
Close the polls.
You're not dying. You just can't think of anything better to do.
Not that anybody stands a chance against Greg Meyer's, composite.
Orion. Oh gosh.
Oh, is that this month?
Composite in the desert.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, let's get it up and see.
Which sucks because my jellyfish was really good.
I'm telling you.
Let's see here. It should all be done. So let's do a quick recap here. And let me share my screen. So we had oh no, it's still going. If you've whoever we still got half an hour.
No.
Oh no,
it's a half hour over, man.
No, sorry.
God,
sorry.
I was like, please, I want to go to bed, man. I'm tired.
I'm in my central time mode. Sorry, my bad. But all right, so
not everybody lives in Central Time, man. Come on.
Yeah. So we got Greg's Orion Landscape.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So we have Tom's,
that's a good
Horsehead and Flame Nebula.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dave, your jellyfish. And Jason's Cone and Foxfur.
Only 20 votes, man.
You gotta be kidding. Only 20 votes?
Only 20 votes.
We're gonna have to start to push
Correction,
this.
23. Correction, 23.
23.
Okay. All right, so here we go. Winner of Picture of the Month for February 2024 is
23. Well, I'll wait for it.
Jason's Cone and Foxfur. By 2 votes.
2 votes, yeah.
So congratulations, Starlancer.
All right, Jay, you got the Foxfur.
At least I wasn't last place.
Oh, you know what I used to tell? You know what I used to tell my managers when they said that? You know what I tell them, Dave?
Yeah.
I tell them, you know what? You still suck. You just suck a little less than everybody else.
We all know that. Shit.
Wow. Wow. That was a really good picture, though. So, I mean, you can't really.
It was, yeah. It was really good.
So, congratulations, Jason. That's
yeah.
I'm gonna have to start doing because this is the third calendar we're doing here, right?
Yep.
Wow, it's the third calendar already. So
wow.
I'm gonna have to start, keeping track of pictures of the month winner. So maybe for the 5th year calendar, we do most pictures of the month winner. I don't know. We'll see. because we have most
Oh,
pictures of the week, right?
Oh, gotcha.
You know, and then over the past 5 years, who had the most pictures of the month?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Oh wow,
right, so-
that looks like crap.
Awful. It does.
Yeah, well, that
Wow.
looks like a cloud. You had a cloud.
Yeah, that's
roll
what
through.
it looks like.
That's exactly what it is. Because it looks like it was heading in the right direction, and then a cloud came through and went
And tanked it.
Yeah, tanked it exactly. But the nice thing about Hocus Pocus is said, I'm not even going to count that.
Yep.
But you look, if it went along that line,
It probably would have ended up at that hash mark, right? You know, right above.
It looks pretty good. Yeah, it probably.
So I'll have to. I'm gonna. You know, it didn't go. It was. And this time it took four. It still took 4.5 minutes.
Right.
I mean, you're.
Well, you're also
Hyperbolic
doing, I
is
think, 5.
1.0.
But I think you're also doing 5 steps too.
Right. No, he's doing 3.
No, he's doing
Yeah,
3. He's
three.
doing 3 original offsets, but I think he's doing. Where is it? I can't see it on your screen. It's too damn fuzzy for me.
Yeah, the initial offsets is how far out you go to start.
Right, to start. And
Yeah.
then there's.
So is it 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not what his graph is showing. Go back to the graph.
Well, it depends on where he started. Where is your start point on the graph? Where was your start point?
I want to say it was.
What was your here you'll say down at the bottom in your information. You started at what? Your position went from 66,397 to 63,874.
So if you started at 63,
started at 66. You started at 66,397, and then your end up focal point is going to be 63,874.
So now you started 63.8.
So he started there and went 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right.
So that means you'd be, if you're at 12,000, so that means you'd be 63, 75, 87, 99. So you should, be about here.
Do my steps? So do my steps remain
No,
the same?
no, just run it again and see. Starting at 63.8.
Yeah. Right, well, where it puts you at. Start where it puts you at. But your hyperbolic R squared was 1.0, which is pretty damn good. I mean, that's what you want.
Yeah. So.
And
yeah.
then
So
typically what I'll do is you take a quick image, take like a 10-second image with your luminance. Are you focusing in luminance now?
Yeah, I'll focus.
Yeah. Yep. So if you're focusing your luminance, then you go back to your imaging. You take a 10-second exposure, and then go to options and annotate it so that you can see what your star
HFRs.
Your HFRs on all your stars look.
Yep.
And look at the big ones, the small ones, and kind of compare them. And if they look good, you're set.
And you got clouds again.
You're hitting clouds, yeah. So you're battling some cloud issues. It's hard to do focus when you're doing that.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm battling some of those. Like I said, it's going to be on and off. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But I think you're on the right. I think you're
on the
right path for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep an eye on it. Just keep.
And it will only take a minute and a half as opposed to 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. Very good. Very good.
All right.
So let me stop sharing here and kill that. There we go.
It's time for me to have my brownie.
Is that your stress ball?
Ernie's saying he's taking 3 images per point. Ernie, he's taking 3 images per point. Is that normal?
3 images.
That's why it's taking you so long.
Yeah.
You drop that to 1.
Is that what you're doing?
That's what it is.
Per point?
Yeah, so for every focus point, you're taking 3 images.
Oh.
No,
that's I was just leaving that at that's the way it was left.
No, change that to 1, man.
Yeah, 1. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, I just did it. Yeah.
Now it's going to be.
Yeah,
boop,
that.
boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, it'll be done like that.
Right. That's why. Okay. Thanks, Ernie. Appreciate that.
Oh, good catch, Ernie. Good
There you
catch.
go.
Catch. Very good catch. You know, hey, moving from the ASI Air over to Nina, it's you're learning here.
Yep.
You're learning here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you know, and you got a lot more control of.
Ernie's saying, we were screaming, read the comments.
Whoops. It happens. It happens. Sometimes.
Once you get Nina down pat, though, you'll sell your ASI Air. You'll be like,
yeah,
He won't sell his ASI.
no, I won't sell, you know.
I'll sell mine at NEEF, so don't worry about it. I got two of them. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them.
Think you can go over to the ZWO booth and sell it back to them?
They'll probably blackball me again.
Yeah. So here, Greg was mentioning this here. So I'll bring this back up here. Let me share my screen.
I'll make you bigger again.
Make Eric bigger. So right here under options, there is number of exposures per point.
Oh yeah, that's what you want. 1.
And that's where it was at 3. And I
you don't.
Yeah, you don't need 3.
1. No.
Oh, sucks to be you. It sucks to be you.
Good Lord, seriously, God. It's a Bill Gates thing. Oh Lord,
no, that's definitely a ZWO thing. So,
you know what? Go to your equipment. Go to your equipment. Go into your equipment, Eric, and then go to your USB speed.
Yep.
Camera, USB speed. What do you have it at?
USB limit or USB speed?
Yeah,
speed.
USB limit. Yeah, what do you got?
40.
Yeah, bring that way.
Yeah, at the very bottom.
Bring it down to like 10. And then you won't have to worry. It won't. It helps the buffer in the camera, and it will.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never have a drop frame like that.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is options. Okay. Probably going to have to go in here and stop it for a second. So let me kill the autofocus.
Yeah.
That's a good point
so
too.
Like on my Altair cameras, you can the USB limit can go up to 4, and you think, oh, let me put the highest number on there.
No.
And you'll get that all the time. I put it to 0, and it never has a problem downloading.
Hey, Eric.
It allows the the DDR3 in the camera to work better, and then transfer your files.
So Eric, what is your exposure time for your autofocus?
5 seconds.
You may not even need that.
USB limit. I'm at the very bottom. I can only go to 40.
Really?
That's my lowest.
40 is the lowest.
40. Yeah, it goes from 40 to 100, and max is 100.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So if you're at 40, that should be fine.
Yeah. So
it could just be that it saw those wonky clouds and went, I'm not downloading.
I don't want to take a picture of nothing.
Exactly.
Baby, I ain't never going home.
3. I'm gonna just try it.
You know, at least for broadband stuff. You know, for narrowband, something else. But
my broadband I do at 6, and my narrowband I do at 15.
Really?
It's 3 nanometers. It's 3 nanometers. So.
I do like 3 and 10.
But I noticed he's got his gain at 300, where I've got my gain at
I got my gain at
100.
like 60.
Well, mine's at 100.
I need to change that as well.
For ZWO, it would be 0.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Altair camera,
Well, you got to remember this is also just for autofocus too, so it doesn't really not going to affect your, your default camera gain. Your default camera gain is set in the camera settings. So.
Yeah, but what was the guy that George was saying the other night? Sometimes camera gain, you'll tell it to go to one gain then another, and it
That's true.
doesn't necessarily do that.
Nope,
So,
it doesn't.
Right.
And that's why that's another reason why, and I said this the other night, that's another reason why I do broadband one night and narrowband another night.
Narrowband the next night. Yeah,
You know.
I try to do that too.
You know,
Yeah, I typically do my narrowband, or if I'm doing nebula stuff, I'm doing narrowband,
Yep.
and then one night I just rip out RGB, and then if I'm doing like galaxy stuff, I'll do all broadband,
Yep.
and then save one night and just rip
do
out
HA, all that. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then I, you know, for a while, I didn't know what the hell. I didn't know that I was solving the problem that was there with that, because my QHY268 had that problem. Like I would do LRGB HA, and then HA, it would just like I would never get anything. It would just fail.
Yeah,
It would do nothing.
yeah.
So the gain never changed. Nothing ever changed. It was just horrible. And so I just stopped it. So I just said, screw it. It works fine when I do it on its own. And I didn't know that there was an issue until the other night. That it, you know,
When George said that,
yeah, I was like, okay,
makes sense. Yeah.
yep. All right, fellas, it's 9:50. It's 9:50. So let's do some final thoughts, and I could go have my brownie and a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Chocolate and wine, man, it's a wonderful thing, right?
Well, again, you know, great potluck, great conversations, great advice and help. So appreciate that from everybody here in the chat and you guys as well. So, you know, making this transition, you know, you learn a few things here or there, you know, because it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3 sometimes.
Nope.
It's not.
So,
all right.
No, everybody have a great weekend, and you know, clear skies to everyone. Hopefully, if you have clear skies, when I'm fighting clouds right now, you guys will be out there imaging. So,
absolutely.
But hopefully, I can even get out tomorrow and do some solar, maybe towards noon or 1 o'clock. We'll see.
There you go. Get that practice in.
I'll take down my my
practice, everybody. If you're doing the solar eclipse, practice.
I want to see what pictures I got yesterday. If I got anything, I don't know.
Yeah, I want to see them too. I'm curious how they came out.
So, I'll let you know if they're worth showing. But you know,
yeah,
they might not be worth showing. But Dave, final thoughts?
Congratulations to Picture of the Week, Picture of the Month winners. Well done.
Yep.
Great images, both deserving. They're awesome. Yeah, Eric, good luck. I'm hoping whatever I helped you with can get you on your way to converting into a superior piece of software.
And definitely, you know, at least 25 minutes saved from focusing. So I mean, you know,
I don't claim to know a lot, but I do know. I don't claim to know a lot, but I do know that when I drink, I know things.
You do. As my cup says, sip, sip, hooray. There you go.
But everybody have a great weekend.
Yep.
I'll be on the golf course tomorrow. It's going to be beautiful tomorrow here. And,
you suck.
But my skies aren't going to be good. They're going to be partly cloudy.
Well, go shoot a 74 and it'll all be fine.
Oh, that would make my day. My game's been a little off, so if I could hit the 70s tomorrow, especially the course I'm playing, it's tough. So we'll see.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, have a great weekend. Have a great night, and everybody, just you know, be safe out there. It's a weekend. I believe it's a you know, St. Patty's Day is coming up on Sunday, so you know, be safe and be merry. But if you're gonna go drinking in the afternoon and having that nice corned beef and hash, take an Uber home, will you?
Guinness and Jameson's.
Guinness and Jameson's. Or, you know, I'll be having my red breast. I'll be wearing my grandfather's tie. It says Erin Go Bra in it from, nice. I don't know. I think it's like, I think that the tie has more bodily fluids probably on it than actual cloth. You know, probably throw up and spit and everything from about 100 years on it. But I'll take a picture with that. But it's going to be a great evening. It's going to be a great night. We got on the 20th, 5 days. 5 days we'll have Alan Friedman coming. No, yeah, 5 days. Yeah, March 20th. Alan Friedman's going to be coming on, hanging out with us, and talking to us about the eclipse. That's going to be a lot of fun. So don't miss that one. Don't miss that one. I guess that's all I got to say. So again, everybody have a great night. I hope you had a good time hanging out with us for the last 2 hours. And remember, as always, keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Have a good night, everybody.
See everybody.
Take care. Bye-bye.